Hello, Just Start gang. It's Shanique here from Start with Neeks, the home of the Just Start University group coaching for you, Christian coaches, consultants, and digital providers. And it's also the new home for the Instapreneur Mastery Accelerator Mentoring Membership Group that is accessible via Facebook while the group program is in session within class already. So be sure to check out those two services that help you via coaching. And in this video, as you can see on the screen here, it is all about the best way to use Instagram to land your dream clients. So for the last few weeks on YouTube here, I've been coming on live and then I've been sharing the live replay on Fridays. So I also have Instagram here with me. So if I'm looking at both screens, it's because I'm on YouTube live with you guys and I'm also on Instagram live as well. So let's get into the training right now, or basically the content of this video. The reason why you came here is because you want to land your dream client, right? And I'm not going to go into in depth what a dream client is. You should know your dream client profile. So what we're going to do is we're going to hone in on the best way to use Instagram to land that client. All right. So the number one way is through relationships. Okay. You want to be sure that you're connecting with your audience and then turning them and warming them up into a client of yours. So the number one way is relationships. So let's focus on that. Why? Like let's be very honest and let's really remember that Instagram is a relationship platform. That's why it was created. It was created to be a social platform for people to share their current events and connect with each other, right? So that is why the number one way would be in relationship, in connecting. And that's the essence of Instagram. It is a relationship platform. Okay. So if you thought that you created the platform, you went on Instagram because you're a business and you're out here to promote yourself, you are wrong. The only really best way to get land your dream client is through relationship and not just promoting and blabbing on about your services. So you need to build that relationship. Why relationships? So there's three huge points as to why you want to be connecting and building relationship on Instagram. And the first reason is you are remembered. You want to be remembered. So if all the other businesses that are similar to yours on Instagram, the relationship will create a remembrance of you. You are going to be in the forefront of your client or your audience mind. So you need to be able to have a deeper connection with them so they remember you in comparison to your competition or similar accounts, because there are people that are literally fighting for the attention of your ideal audience. So you want to build a relationship that you are now remembered by them. Another reason why you want relationships, you want to have a relationship with a foundation to land your next client, is that you break the ice. As you build authority, as you create a name for yourself, you are creating, you're getting higher on the pedestal, I would say, as who you are in the industry, who you are in your niche. You are becoming an expert. So when you build those relationships, you create an icebreaker. You let them feel that they can now reach out to you. All right. Most people don't want to take the first step or be the one to ask someone on the date the first time. So that is why when you build relationships, you break that ice and you make it comfortable for people to ask more about you, especially if you're a newer account or a newer coach and no one really knows about you, or they're just getting to know your brand. When you reach out, you break the ice. The third reason why relationship is important is that you obviously build a trust and care. Your content will do so much. It will educate, it will spark an interest, but once you actually have the engagement and the interaction, you now become in front of them, like your actual person. You're not just a post, you're not just a graphic, you're an actual person that actually has feelings and cares and is interested in this person. So by doing that, you create trust and you create a care for the audience. And in return, becoming your client because you built a relationship. Okay, so that's 3 really important reasons why you want relationships. You want to be remembered, you break the ice, and you create trust. So 3 ways to build a strong relationship using Instagram. Okay, let's get it right into it. Overview, the 3 ways is the intentional engagement. You want to be intentionally putting yourself out there and connecting with people. That's a huge way to build a strong relationship with Instagram. Second way is DM chats. Get into the DMs, and we're going to talk about how that may look like. And then through a community and tribe. And you've heard this so much, but we're going to go a little bit deeper as to why that is so important and how that really builds a relationship using your Instagram, and in return, then landing your dream client. So first, intentional engagement. What are the 3 things that I have here to really highlight is leaving meaningful comments. Okay, a lot of times you're gonna see heart faces, emojis. It's great. It's really appreciated. Oh, why is my exposing my life here? Got my closet up in there, my messy closet. But yeah, glitching on Instagram here. Thank you everyone who's watching. I'm actually also doing a YouTube, so if I don't see you or talk to you, it's because of that. But some reason I'm glitching here on Instagram Live. It's not cool. Hopefully that's good. All right, so we're on intentional engagement. How does it look like? Again, I was talking about meaningful comments, emojis, all that's great. Or I love this. This is great. This is, those really short comments you'll see people leave or that you leave. And it's usually because people really tell you to engage, and they really tell you to comment. But do they tell you that a meaningful comment actually makes that deeper connection, that deeper relationship? So you want to be intentional. You don't want to be leaving comments on just anybody's page. It should definitely be someone you would actually want to work with. So you have to take the time to look at their comment, look at their stories. What are they about? Are they someone you actually want to work with? Okay, because you don't want to be investing so much time in commenting on just another follower. This follower should be potentially engaging with your content as well, so in return they are able to be more warmed up to be your client. So when you leave meaningful comments, could be you actually relate with what that post says, and you share a little personal story about yourself, or you actually highlight what the post says, so it actually really proves that you read the post. Because you could always put a heart face and you never even read the post just because you want to be seen on their comments. But when you are actually mentioning, oh, I love the fact that you pointed out X, Y, and Z, I can relate this way, you stand out. And like I said, relationships allow you to be remembered by your audience, and that's what you want to do. So be sure that you're intentional with meaningful comments, so that that person will check out your page or even follow you. And then when they're following you, they've already taken the next step into your business by now being a follower of your Instagram account. Your content will help nourish them, and then it could then be led into a client. Okay, another way to be intentional with your engagement is video content. Very, very personable are video content. You will see me go on Instagram Live often. I have weekly YouTube videos, because when you actually see a person and you see them engaging, you see them teaching, you see that passion, it creates a better engagement and a better trust with your audience. Okay, so a how-to post is great. It can build up your authority. But when someone wants to work with you, especially as coaches and consultants, some of our services are 4 figures and up, right? So if you think that you can literally land a 4-figure client with just measly post and not showing your face, someone needs to know why they're going to invest, a great amount of savings. So they need to know you. So be active on your content via video pretty often. I would say at least once a week, you should be on your Instagram via video. Another way to be intentional with your engagement is to put on your notification, okay? This way you can engage in time. So if you go ahead and you're taking that time to find out certain people that would be your dream client, turn on the notifications so the next time they post, you are the first to comment on their picture, because timing is everything as well. It is more effective if you comment within the first 10 minutes than the first week, right? They're on bigger and better things. They may have passed a point of whether that comment or that post may be something really personable, and you're commenting a week later versus 10 minutes when they're more inclined to want to engage back with you. Okay, so if there are certain people that, and this is also this could also really help for turning on notification for similar accounts, larger accounts, because the moment they post, your dream client or your ideal audience would also be engaging with that post. Therefore, when you put on that notification, you see all those comments coming in, you can then also engage with the comments from that larger account's post. But I'm really going to hone in on putting on notification for a few of your dream clients. It's someone that you find it, does the work. Okay, you can tell that they're eager to do something. They've expressed that there's a pain point, there's a struggle. If you work with mothers with young children, there's somebody that you've engaged before, and you know that she's a mother with young children, and she's also mentioned that she wants to start a business, and you are a business coach for mothers. You should turn on the notification for that person, and the next time they post, you engage with their post. Okay, like I said, you want to be on the forefront of their mind before your competitors. Okay, this might seem like a very extra step, but it's those people, it's those coaches that do the extra step that gets their clients. Okay, so that is a great way to be intentional with your engagement. All right, so going down the list, I mentioned already 3 things that you can build a relationship. It's intentional engagement, the DM chats, and then we're going to go on to the next one. Right now, we're going to the DM chats. I personally can vouch that there is money in the DMs, okay? You see, people might be posting it, or this might be the first time you're hearing it, but I tell you that there's money in the DMs, okay? Why is the DM so personable? It says what it says. DM is direct messages. I don't know if you do that, but that's what it stands for, okay? You are directly engaging with this person now. It is not, I don't know why I'm having problems here. I'm so sorry, Instagram. Let me just set this up a little bit. Hopefully that works. I don't know. But when you are directly contacting your audience, you create that personable space for them to contact with you. Okay, so that's one thing to message in the comments. There's another to get into the DMs and have that actual personable conversation. It builds a better, stronger relationship. Another reason why you want to be in the DM is that you can now ask questions that matter. Questions that they may not want to say or express if you were to ask in the comments of their post. Now you're going into their DM and you ask questions that matter, and that can lead you in being able to then express or share your service, right? And that leads me to the next point of how to build relationship via DMs is you only, okay, want to share your services if they agree to, okay? It builds a better relationship that way versus spamming, okay? I have seen spamming done right, and the spamming just so sleazy. It is not fun to even interact with them. And there's maybe people that you actually respect, you follow, but it's just like they just blab a whole bunch of nonsense to you, and they don't even know why might they need it. And I've seen a spam done really well, right? They took the time to see that where I may need their services, and they mentioned it to me. But at the end of that, they still gave me an invitation to click. They gave me an invitation to say, if this doesn't work out with you, then maybe there's somebody else that I might be benefited for this service. But you want to be sure that you're inviting them. And I personally seen a huge conversion. And what I mean conversion is that the moment I had this conversation, they gave me permission to send the link to my program or my membership. Within 24 hours, they had paid, right? And that could not have been done if I did not build a relationship, if I did not reach out to them, get into the DMs, ask a few questions. What is your business about? What are you struggling with, right? What are you currently working on? And then with those answers, you then let them know, oh, I actually have a service that can help you with that. Are you interested in that? Do you mind if I send you the link? Is that something that that you would want to learn more about? Yes, send link. 24 hours, then you have a payment. And if not, guys, it's okay. You still warmed up a dream client that you can then maybe 2 weeks from now check up on them, because you ask really great questions that you should care, okay? You ask really great questions that when you do follow up, you follow up on the line you spoke about. I remember last week you did mention that you're struggling on how to do this. How's that working out with you? Still a struggle? Then that's how you bring up your solution again, right? But this way you do build a relationship, you build the understanding that you actually care. You're not just here to spam information. You're actually here to get to know them and understand where they're coming from. Because you might even think that this is a dream client, but without those questions, you get to really determine that this is something that someone that you want to work with. And you have to be very careful about that, because money is not everything if it's coming from a person that really will drain you or will not do the work. So those questions also help you determine if it's someone that you want to work with. All right, so the third way to build a bold, strong relationship using Instagram, which in turn will be the number one way to use Instagram to land your dream client, is through community and tribe. So you on YouTube, I just recently posted a content post about this, about building a community. So if you're watching here, you can definitely check out one of my latest posts, and it talks about what the fact of building a community does in landing your client or in building or creating consistent sales. So one of the reasons is that you create a group of like-minded people, right? You are helping a group of people kind of bounce ideas off each other, but also for you to find information and how you can better serve these people. So instead of having to go into Instagram and kind of find out who would be your dream client, you literally have a pool of people that come into this community, whether that be a Facebook community, whether you have your email list is a great way to be a community as well, right? So these people are opting into this community and they're bumping heads, whether it be a Facebook and you're bumping heads, communicating with each other. But in your email, you could also create ways to continue conversation so that you know that this whole group is like-minded people, within which then you know how to cater to them, how to speak to them, how to engage with them. And you will then build a larger pool at once to becoming and turning them into clients. The second way through community and tribe is that there's a support system, right? You have created a group, a Facebook group, whether that be, of people that could help each other. And when someone is supported, they're more encouraged, they're more empowered. And when you have empowered and moved people, motivated people in a group, when you are showing your services, they're more inclined to take action because they see that there's a group of other people, a group of like-minded people, and they could obviously assume that these are other people that trust this person. So there's social proof there, there's a support system, and you get a better chance of converting them into actual clients, right? And then the obvious point here that I've been saying is that there's a pool of very, very warm leads, and then a pool of repeat clients and fans. So these people are touching base with each other. They're more inclined to now share your service, to be supporters, to leave testimonial. So having that community and tribe is a really great way to build that relationship that will then land your client, right? You need that support. You need that group, that space that is really solely, that's just hung up on you, and you want to create that. And it's not too difficult. If you do want to learn how to build a community, myself, I've built a Facebook group to 80, and because of that, I actually am now able to turn it into a paid membership group. If you want to learn how I actually built that, just comment in YouTube, comment down below and just write, I want to know how to build a community. Instagram, if you're hearing this, just comment, I want to know how to build a community, and I'll be sure to create a video or content on that as well. So just to summarize here, the best way, let's go back, the best way to build a relationship on Instagram and land your client is, I don't want to get this up, is to have intentional engagement, is to get your DM chats up, and is to build a community. Those are the best 3 ways to build a relationship using Instagram, which is the most effective way to land your client. All right. And I have here, the better the relationship, the better they are for your business and brand. Okay. So you may be able to, someone finds your content on a website and they opt in, they buy maybe one of your low price service to get into your business. A person who has known you longer, who you have actually had communication, face-to-face communication, will have a better effect on your business than the person who just found your page on somewhere and opted to your low ticketed price. Because it's easier for that person to ask for a refund. It's easier for that person to leave a bad review. It's easier for that person to not want to leave a testimonial versus the person who actually built a really great relationship, who you followed up on, who you've encouraged, who you've taken the time to get to know. That person is going to be less likely to ask for a refund, less likely to leave a bad review, more likely to leave a testimonial, right? So the better the relationship, the better they are for your business and your brand. And you have to make that effort, right? You have to go out your way and build that relationship. And that is it. Okay, so what I would love for you to do is to subscribe to my channel and watch more of my videos. I'm your social media coach for Christian coaches, consulting, digital providers. Check me out on startwithneeks.com and on Instagram, startwithneeks. And I always invite you to come and DM me what questions that you may have. I'm here to help or direct you to the resources where you can find that. I want to encourage each and every one of you to keep up the good work and keep sharing the good news. I'll see you in my next video.